First, we brush out the hair and make it so it's not tangled or knotted. We're going to separate the hair into both hemispheres so we can have a clear sight of the inion to nasien. For this practice, we want to always keep 2 points of contact with our measurements. What I mean by this is that at least one point of the contact will always be a landmark and the other for the measurement. Next, we put our tape on the inion and measure it to the nasien, holding our point, the inion, which is our 2 points of contact. We got 34 centimeters, and the halfway point is 17 centimeters at the CZ. CZ is a new landmark, and so we'll hold at CZ point. We're going to measure to our 10% for OZ at 3.4 centimeters from the inion landmark. Next, we'll secure 2 points of contact at OZ to CZ, and then measure our 6.8 centimeters for PZ, which is 20%. Then you'll check your work measuring PZ to CZ, and you should have 6.8 as well. Next, move your 0 to CZ, then CZ measure to nasien, holding 2 points of contact, move at 6.8 for FC, and the same for FPZ, holding 0 FC to nasien, making 2 points of contact. Next, you'll mark your center line using your pen, continuing from the bridge of the nose as your point. You'll find your preauricular points on each side, putting 0 on the right, and putting our tape behind CZ while holding 2 points of contact. We'll mark our CZ vertically. For this, we got 32 centimeters, so CZ is at 16 centimeters. Then we'll mark 3.2 centimeters as our 10%, making sure we have 2 points of contact at our preauricular to our CZ. Next, move the tape, holding T3 and CZ, marking 20%, which is 6.4, and double check your work. You should have 6.4 from C3 to CZ. Then do the other from the other side. From here, we're going to again move up from the preauricular point at 0 to CZ, and so on and so forth. The reason that the 2 points of contact method is so important is that the more you move your tape when measuring, the more chances for error. By readjusting your tape at every measurement, you can get a few millimeters off, and that can quickly lead to a few centimeters over multiple measurements. While you're doing your measurements, if you're really good at math, you can do the addition and move your tape even less. Now we're going to part the hair and find our OZ. We're going to part the hair on both sides of the scalp to have a clear view of the landmark. Floss the tape to your OZ going around the circumference of your head, hitting our T3, T4, and FPZ spots. We're going to get a circumference of 55 centimeters. So that means that our 5% between FPZ and our FP positions is going to be 2.75 centimeters. And our 10% is going to be 5.5 centimeters. So again, we're going to go from FP1 around. We got our 2 points of contact. At F7, we're doing 5.5. And at T3, it's 5.5 again, or like I just did, 11. Then we got our T5 and our O1 at 5.5 and 11. We're going to separate the hair from the parasagittal, and our 0 will go at O1, and we will mark up from the O1 to FP1. Our total here is 23, so we'll do half of 23, which is 11.5, and we'll do half again, or 25%, because that's half of 50. We'll mark at our P3, and then we'll put our 0 at our C3, 2 points of contact to FP1, and we'll do our 25% again. So we're going to start the other side of the circumference. And put our 0 FP2. And we're going to mark it F8. Remember, there are 2 points of contact. I'm good at the math, so I don't have to move. 0 at T4, all the way around to OZ. And that's our T6 right there. And then we're going to do from T6 to OZ and mark our O2. And then we will separate the hair for the parasagittal plane there. Our 0 will go at O2. We'll mark all the way up the parasagittal plane going through C4 to FP2. Now this measurement should be close to the parasagittal on the other side, and it is. We're at 23. So again, 11 and a half will be our measurement at our C4. And again, half of that, or 25% for our P4. And again, 25% for our F4. And then we need to do our frontal transverse plane. 2 points of contact, F7 and F8. Half that distance for FZ, making sure that we got alignment from FZ and CZ. Mark our 25% on either side for F7 and F8. And we're going to do the same for the posterior plane. We're going to go from T5 to T6 through PZ. We'll do half the distance right there at PZ. And then 25% or half the distance of that. And the same on the other side for our P4. There it is. Now we can do A1 and A2. For us, it's routine. A1, A2, that bone right behind the ear. For T1 and T2, for our EMU, we're going to go 2/3 the distance from the outer canthus of the eye to the preauricular point, and then 1 centimeter up or superior, and that will be our T2 spot, and we'll do the same on the other side.